This video should give you a small introduction into the canvas mode of PONNIE.ai, the mode that we actually use in our office. So how does it work? It is a 2D mode with multi-layer system image compositing capabilities and a 3D mode with parametric modeling features and import-export features for 3D models. So how do we start? We pick a selection of the site where we want to locate our project. We just put our dot there where the project actually is. We automatically land in Street View. We can select a view. We can use this either as a reference, but we can also put it directly into the canvas. So maybe we don't want to have so much street. So we just change the ratio of the image, and now we have our backplate and we're good to go and move over to the 3D mode. Here we end up with camera and lens settings that are rather familiar for everyone using 3D software. Focal length, like all the basic stuff, is here. Shift. You can arrange light and set up the sun direction and whatnot. Most importantly, we want geometry in it, so we can either import our own GLB. I'll show this in another video. For now, we want to import OpenStreetMap data. It takes a second, and they are loaded from the server. So now we have the outlines ready. We have 42 outlines generated. You see them directly in the Finder here. I know this building is my back, so I switch again the sun like this. We can really do some rather reasonable camera matching with these basic tools, but now we want to work with these outlines. So we see what we've imported and now we see this menu, and we know the black dot indicates where our geometry has been. So we just replace this with a square for now, easy, and say there it is. This is our square now. And if I click on an outline and I say generate on outline based on these parameters here that you can adjust, an automatic building generation takes place. So this is the preset. You can tweak it around like you want. You can do like a bigger overhang, 0.9. You can have only a 1 meter grid. You can change floors, only 2. And you can adjust the ground floor height. Or maybe we want this 3 and we want the typical 5, like this. When we're done with that, we can also refine the building even further here in this menu. I just open the refine menu here, close again the parameters, refine building, and again we can draw within this building. Let's do a circle. Let's do another square. Let's just rotate this square. So you see we have some very basic features of typical CAD. And now those are generating blocks stacked on top of each other that have also their own information about the floor height. We want those to be 3.5 and again 3.5. We want to have this with 3 floors and this with 5. Oh, and that's a little bit too high. Okay. Yeah, but again, we can just change the whole thing. Go back to 2, move this to 3, and just do a smaller building. Moving things around, putting it into the perspective as we want it to be. I mean, of course, this can be done really precisely, but for now we just do it very very basic. If we are content with our setup, we just move over to the we can, I mean, this is still flexible, so you can still work on all these features, and now they are applied to the whole building. If we are done, we say rendering as layers, and the whole thing is thrown over into the 2D space. And now we can go on with prompting, and can delete the reference here. We don't have a facade reference right now. I want to show you that we can just put some architectural reference, some typology that we want to have, like this is an institute, a bit boring, but for now sufficient. Construction method, it's a white steel construction, and we want to have some parapets, some filigrane, Staketen, and some sun protection, some silver screens. Yeah, we can go on and make very specific architectural things. Maybe preserve geometry on top, just to make sure that it works in this demo. And with this we are good to go. Press generate and wait a little bit, play a little game, use the slot machine. So waiting is not too boring. Oh, that's a Ponni win. Perfect. That's the highest score. That came unexpected. And there we are. I mean, still open for interpretation, but we see it is true to the geometry that we were asking for. And in so far, I am not too sad with that. What we can always do is drag and drop our favorite Photoshop components into this canvas. So if you have your trees that you like, just throw them in there, no problem if they are PNGs or TIFF files. And yeah, now we still want a public cafe in the ground floor, so we switch, remove this prompt, go to no image style, put a cafe in ground floor, say generate again. Very nice, but as typical with AI, it did a little bit too much, but that's not a problem. Since we are in the canvas mode, we can mask the whole thing. We go into masking and we right click, we can adjust our brush and paint away what we do not want. So we go with this and just remove all the stuff that is too much. And by using this tool, which is super important, we do not lose the image quality of the parts that we did already like. When we are done with this, we can also still populate the whole image. I like the sign here, so this may remain, and I also prefer this foreground. Pressing X inverts the selection, size changes, all like in the favorite image compositing suites that you know. We can now also populate the whole scene in one click and just say populate. Again, populate now. Another image generation process takes place. Okay, there are some people, some we might like, others we might not like. We can again add a mask to the whole thing. We can invert the mask, and then we can again paint on this mask, also up here. again removing the things that we did not want to worsen. Okay, thank you for your attention. I hope you have a little bit fun with that, play around and tell us what you think, and especially where we need to improve. I know there are some things in the UI that still need a little bit of effort from my side, especially the whole selection process is still a little bit counterintuitive, but I'm on it. But for now, I think it's good for some fun and experiments, and also works rather well in urban settings. So yeah, have your fun, and thanks for listening. Bye.